What's an assumption about women that most men get wrong?
Story 1.
That we're hairless. Most, if not all, of us have hair everywhere. Yes, hairy women exist. We're not dirty or single or insane. We're literally humans. I don't understand how men pick on women for having peach fuzz, hair on their backs, hair on their buttocks, etc. Some men think women come as they're shown in pee. Yeah, I had an ex fully trying to convince me that he had zero control over his skid marks on his underwear. Because men grow hair back there, and that makes being clean difficult. I told him I was able to keep clean when I had hair there. He told me I was making that up, because women didn't grow hair back there unless they had a hormone problem. Boy, was he shocked when I told him most every woman had some degree of hair back there. A lot of women just remove it. Also, if some of these men complain about body hair on women for hygiene reasons, they shouldn't so willingly admit that they can't clean their base stoles. If that was the issue, all clean men would shave their whole bodies.
Story 2.
They underestimate how many women experience pain during penetrative doing. The majority of women have reported at least occasional pain during doing it. And a not insignificant percentage, studies vary on exact number, regularly experience discomfort. Yeah, I had vaginismus for no goddamn reason. And I was insanely lucky to be able to see a psychosexual therapist about it. Penetration can still be painful initially, but thankfully it goes away after a moment or two. And I'm glad to say I can now enjoy doing. Vaginismus sounds icky, but it's just the name for when your vaginal muscles tense up before or during penetration. Like because your brain anticipates pain, your vagina tenses up, and as a result, there's obviously pain. Fun times. Oh yes, I'm so jealous that the male doing experience is pain-free. Feeling pain during doing it is a freakishly rare occurrence for them. Whereas there are articles upon articles talking about how to determine which one of 10 different reasons doing it might hurt for a woman. I'm also tired of doing it making me ill. Why do I have to worry about UTIs? Edit. I cannot get over the number of men replying to me with the narrow examples that cause men pain like checks notes. Releasing too many times in a row. Wow, so thoughtful. I am someone that is extremely susceptible to getting UTIs. It really made me dread being intimate with my partner because of the fear of getting one. I used to get them 1 to 2 times a year, but they started happening every 3 months, and it was awful. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing to prevent them, but still had issues. I finally went to a urologist, and she told me about D-Minos. It's a simple sugar pill that can help prevent UTIs by stopping bacteria from sticking to bladder walls. I started taking them and have been blown away by it. I haven't had a UTI since it's been a year now. And all the discomfort and irritation I used to have with my bladder has disappeared. I've been so grateful for these little magic pills. Highly recommend.
Story 3.
That dating is entertainment. It's not. It's a lot of work. And men aren't competing with other men. They're competing with the sense of peace and freedom women have when they're not in a relationship. Unless you bring that peace, comfort, and freedom to the table, she won't stay. Doesn't matter how good the doing is. Edit. Wow. Just wow. I gave a really simple answer on a very nuanced topic. And it 100% goes both ways. One person's freedom is another person's jail. I think most people just want peace, connection, and kindness in their lives, however that looks for them. And honestly, I hope everyone finds it for themselves. The world could use some more joy and peace these days. Along with this, men think being an old, lonely, childless cat lady is the worst possible thing that could happen to a woman, and love to use it as an insult. The thing is, most women are not actually insulted by this because it's not an insult to us. The peace and free actually sounds pretty awesome. In reality, that phrase really only makes the accuser look bad. The accusation is that women should lower their standards or else. But here's the deal. We looked at everything you bring to the table. Your personality, your values, and how you treat us, and we compare that to being alone forever with a cat. And we are mindfully choosing to shift shit nuggets out of a sandbox for the rest of our lives than to be with you. All you had to be was more appealing and less trouble than cat shit. And you couldn't. You lost to cat turds. We don't need to lower our standards. You need to be less chaotic than turd nuggets. As a man myself, maybe the biggest mistake I see other men, especially young men, make is assuming that life or reality or society owes you a woman. No, it does not. Women are people. They aren't a thing. It's called attraction for a reason. You need to attract someone to you. It's not called pairing. It's not called combining. It's not called obligation. All for a reason. It's in the word, guys. That word is attraction. If you'd like a woman in your life, you need to attract one. That may include taking steps to improve yourself. That will mean learning to compromise. That will mean being able to handle new and different ideas and behaviors to a limit, and finding out what your limits and what other people's limits are. You are not owed a woman or a relationship. If you want one, go out and attract one by becoming attractive. This doesn't mean you have to be physically gorgeous. Attraction comes in many forms.
Story 4.
That taking birth control is always a safe option for women. It's not. Birth control can have serious effects on our hormones. It can cause blood clots. IUDs are painful to get put in and removed. Pills can lead to hormone withdrawals, causing major migraines and uncontrollable mood fluctuations. There is a danger to birth control. I have a friend who had a stroke at 36 because of hormonal birth control. Definitely not the answer for everyone. I experienced migraines for 5 to 6 years, and I found out it was because of my birth control pills. I stopped taking them, and I haven't had a full-blown migraine since. Apparently, migraine with aura indicates an increased risk of stroke on birth control. That expressing strong emotions means we're now incapable of rational thought and should therefore be ignored. Yes, I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm upset, but I'll still be able to set out for you the how, when, why, and what I'd appreciate moving forward. With some men, it's like they see tears and there's a loud, authoritative voice that booms in their heads. She's emotional. Nothing she says makes sense from this moment on. On the flip side, if we force down our feelings to speak calmly, those same men will also hear a voice saying, well, she doesn't look all that bothered, so this probably doesn't matter much. This is actually the most frustrating thing ever, and it happens way too often. Also, I find that with lots of these types of men, they don't treat their emotional outbursts in the same way. They don't count their obvious anger or passive aggressiveness as being emotional. Yet if you cry or show emotion, then you must be too emotional, and therefore incapable of logical thought. I think people who think of themselves as coldly rational often only think that because they're bad at recognizing when they're having an emotional reaction. It's pretty easy to have a knee-jerk reaction and then retrospectively come up with some logical justification for it.
Story 5.
Men think women are as visual as them. We're not. I saw a video a while back that had a very stereotypical cowboy dancing with his lady, holding her tenderly, spinning her around gently, and looking so in love. Of course, the comment section was filled with women saying they wish they had a man like that, only for loads of men to upload videos as a response with them dressed as cowboys. We didn't like the video because the man was dressed like a cowboy. We liked the video because of how sweet and tender he was. I think this is more about what women are actually attracted to rather than whether we're visual or not. Plenty of women appreciate good looks, but that's not what matters. Ted Bundy was a very good-looking guy by all accounts, after all.
If you enjoy our channel, we'd love to invite you to become a member. Joining is easy. Just click the join button on our channel homepage or beneath any of our videos. Your support means the world to us, and as a member, you'll gain access to exclusive perks and content. Thank you for being part of our community. We look forward to welcoming you as a member soon.